everybody, it is garlic planting time, and I am here to talk to you about how to plant your garlic in the fall. So the number one way to know that it is time to plant garlic is when the leaves start falling and kind of lining the side of the road, or when you start having to get out the rake or the leaf blower. That's when you know it's time to plant garlic, and you want to do it now, anytime between now and when the ground freezes. And the sooner you do that, the better outcome you will have of garlic come spring. So I'm going to go over some things to pay attention to for getting your garlic seed, which is actually a garlic bulb, and then we will go meet in the garden and go over how to plant the garlic. Right. When you are looking for garlic seed to plant, the best place to get it is either order from an organic seed supplier. Conventional garlic seeds are fine too. Organic is always better. Or getting garlic from your farmer's market or organic grocery store garlic. You don't want to buy garlic, like just generic garlic, in the grocery store, because sometimes it is treated with an anti-sprouting agent that will make it not actually grow. So if you get it from a farmer, you can, that's a great way to kind of know the history of the garlic, or from a garlic supplier. Fedco has great garlic seeds, and I think the best is going to your local farmer's market and getting it from the farmers there, because then you can be assured that it is a garlic that is suited for our climate. So a couple things. There are two different kinds of garlic, two different categories: hard neck and soft neck. And hard neck grows a stalk that in the early spring has garlic scapes on it, which is a delicious kind of bonus of the hard neck garlic. Hard neck garlic, incidentally, is also the best for cooler climate. So here in the Northeast, hard neck garlic. Soft neck garlic is the kind that you see in those lovely garlic braids. You can braid hard neck too, but you can see that this is pretty stiff there. I just bent it. So if you pick it, braid it right away, you can. So hard neck garlic, get it from your local farmers, and then you can know that it's garlic that will actually grow in whatever area you are in. And then when you are picking out your garlic, some things to keep in mind. So this here, I'll show you this one, is this beautiful bulb of garlic. It's very well developed. You can see the different sections are in there. They're nice, fat, juicy cloves, compared to this one that is little teeny tiny garlics. Sometimes these garlics have the most flavor. There are some growers I know that grow little tiny garlics. I personally don't have the patience to skin those little tiny garlics. I like bigger ones. More flavor, bigger flavor profile, more garlic. So whichever suits your needs are some things to think about. Whichever you are going for, you want to make sure that it is a nice, firm, all the way around, that there aren't any soft spots in there. So if you can see that indents there. So this garlic's actually rotten. I'm just going to throw it away, but I wanted to use it to show you. So nice firm cloves, and you want to be able to see that there are several different indentations compared to this. This is an elephant garlic that didn't mature into separate heads, and so it just is this one chunk of garlic. And it's not as good unless this one just tastes better garlic than the elephant one. So some different things to explore there. If you really just want a lot of garlic, elephant garlic's nice. When it's fresh, it has incredible, bright, beautiful flavor. And then now that it's dried and cured, it's really kind of lost its vibrancy. So elephant garlic, if you want big, huge cloves and using them all up, really when it's fresh, juicy state. And then going with either a bigger, like this maybe has 5 or 6 garlic pieces on there, and then this one has probably like 10 littler ones on there. And then when it is time to plant your garlic, you are going to actually break off to get a garlic clove. So you'll separate those off. You can, leave the skin on it. Don't peel the skin off because that's actually going to help protect it while it's in the ground. So leave the skin on there. And it's a good idea if you can separate these out a day ahead of time. They tend to do a little bit better. So plant this one piece, not this whole bulb, one clove. All right, I'll see you in the garden to plant some garlic. So now that I've selected my garlic and chose the bed where I'm going to plant it, I want to show you how to actually plant the garlic. So what I like to do, a couple things, have something to mark out where the garlic is because it's going to be in here for a really long time. So I just use these posts to just help me remember where that is. And then I dug a trough. This is how I like to plant garlic. You can dig individual holes. This way is quicker, especially if you're planting a lot of garlic. So you want to plant the garlic 2 inches deep and 6 to 8 inches apart. And I always like to remind everybody that for most grown-ups, the top section of our index finger is about 1 inch. So to the second section of our index finger is about 2 inches. So my trough here is it's a little more than 2 inches deep, and I will show you why in a minute. So this is about 4 inches deep. And then for most grown-ups, this is usually 6 to 8 inches, and that is a perfect space to plant your garlic. So you want to put the pointy side up and the flat side that maybe feels a little scratchy or stiff down. Ooh, that's a slippery piece of garlic. And I like to plant in a zigzag pattern. I can fit more that way. So I'll put my first one in the trench, measure 8 inches, put my next one, pointy side down, 8 inches, and then 8 inches from there. So I'm making kind of a triangle zigzag pattern. And normally I would plant this whole row with garlic. I'm just going to do a little bit here to show you guys. So now that I have it in here, and it's like about 4 inches down, I'm going to take the soil from the sides and I'm going to pack it down. I'm going to pack it pretty firm because I want it to be nice and secure in there. So now I've just compressed that 4 inches down to about 2 inches. Once the garlic is in there, you're going to take your leaves and cover it up. Nice thick layer of leaves on this gray kind of dreary day today. It's a perfect day to rake up leaves because they're so nice and globbed together. So that will really hold them on there. These leaves are going to act in a few different capacities. They are going to act as mulch to keep weeds away from our garlic. Our garlic doesn't want to have any weeds around it. They are going to work to protect the soil, to keep it from like blowing away as weather situations come and go through the winter. And it's going to help insulate the soil a little bit to keep our garlic nice and cozy. So it's nice and tucked in here. Then once we start, when the spring starts warming up, some people like to move the leaves off of their garlic I always just leave it on as long as possible and the green shoots will start poking through there. If by chance you plant your garlic and it starts green, we get like a long, warm, balmy fall into winter, and your garlic starts sprouting before winter is finished, that is totally fine. If there are a hard freeze or something, those tips will just die back, but that energy will still be stored into garlic and it will be fine. So don't worry if your garlic starts sprouting before it's springtime. It will sprout again in the spring, I promise you. I've been planting garlic for at least 15 years now, and some years it doesn't sprout until April, some years it sprouts in the end of October, sometimes in December, and it always works out just fine. It's better to put your garlic in sooner than later. The later you put it in, the less chance it has to kind of establish itself there in the soil, and you'll end up with really small cloves. So as soon as the leaves start dropping and you have enough to rake up to mulch your garlic, that is the time to start planting it. As always, give a shout if you have any questions, and if you want to, follow me on Instagram at Cannon Botanicals. Thanks, and have a great day. Happy fall!